Welcome, YouTubers, viewers. I'm going to do a small live stream. It's been a while since I've done a stream. We're going to go over the configuration of our old 2600 and play a game or two just to see how it works streaming wise. My daughter is not here today. I was hoping to actually set up two cameras with two views. One of her, one of me, playing a couple Atari 2600 games. She's not available, so actually, I'm driving solo again tonight. Don't have Chris. So let me put me back in the front. There we go. Nope. Actually, you know what? Let's turn off the... I have no idea what I'm doing. But we're waiting for a couple of viewers to jump on. We have one person. Hopefully the camera doesn't disconnect. We don't get any weirdness during this live stream. So, there we go. Now I'm in the front. Alright. As everybody knows, I had a haircut. Today was nice out. It's not so nice now. So had the window open. Still learning this tripod. Trying to keep the little ball for the level in the middle. Okay, that looks a little better. All right, one viewer. It's probably the wife upstairs. So I'm just going to start. So this 2600 isn't my original. My dad gave this to me. So I went over one of my other videos. I have it's like 13 games. The configuration to get this to work, I needed it to go into, and I think I have a problem with the VCR. But yes, I have a VCR connected. And let's see. No, of course it's not. And I don't want to break it. So the RF signal, because there's no easy way. I guess I could put a TV card in the computer, but since I did have a VCR sitting downstairs in the recycle pile, I was hoping that it would actually work. So signal comes out of the Atari 2600 and goes into an RCAF connector. I'm not real happy with the signal. I have a switch on order because I don't have the one that was with this. About 7 years ago when I set it up for Chris. You guys have all seen Chris. He's helped me with videos. But the last time I had that set up, I think the RF switch went in the trash. And like I said, I'm looking to actually do an Atari 800 XL computer test. And I was hoping to get that sooner than later, and I don't have it yet. And I was hoping to use the computer switch for that. So I don't have it. So I'm actually feeding a 300 ohm signal into a 75 ohm connection on the VCR. It works. Anybody that owned an Atari 2600 in the 80s knows that it's not the prettiest. Anybody watching this that is under 20 or in their 20s probably are not. Hold on, girls, come on, lay down on the couch. I don't know what it is, but as soon as I go live, the dogs have to be all up underneath my feet and around the chair. And they usually live on the couch when we're doing this. So sorry about the disruption. Just so you know, because Chris isn't here, I'm unable to monitor the chat way over there. We have some new tripods and other stuff like that that we're in the process of setting up. And yeah, there, she's on the couch. And we're hoping to actually put the streaming monitor in the center behind everything so that I can actually see it. All right, but back to the to the 2600. So don't have the original power cord, so we're using one of those selectable transformer power plugs, and I believe the original voltage for this is 9 volts, positive tip, and it's hard to see, but that's the connector, and it's set up for positive tip. You could pull that out and reverse it, and then we can play how to repair broken Atari 2600. So out of the Atari 2600, and I do have a game console switch, 300 ohm selector switch, and I do have several 300 ohm to 75 ohm F connectors. So we'll actually revisit this. All right, I can't see what, hold on, I have to look. Nice, nice. Welcome to the channel and the video. So then into the VCR. I don't know if it plays tapes, but we don't need it to play tapes. I come out with the RCA connections, and I then go into, I'm actually afraid to move it, but it's an AV to HDMI, audio video to HDMI adapter. Then out of the HDMI adapter into the Elgato HD60S Plus, and then into a 24-inch monitor, then over into the live stream. So we're going to turn off. So the picture doesn't look as good as I remember it being, but I don't think an Atari 2600 ever was. I'll tell you what, I do not know how we played games for years. It still works, but it's a little stiff. Classic game we're starting off with, Pac-Man. All right, remember, this was my first game console right after Pong. And again, I don't know why me and my sister actually fought over who got to play Pong, because that game, I couldn't imagine myself playing it for more than 10 minutes, maybe 20. So we're going to turn this on. It's got a yucky hiss, so I can actually turn that down a little bit. Oh, that's even worse. There. If I touch the table, it goes away. So it leaves a little. It needs a little bit of work, but as you can see, it actually does work. So we're going to. I don't know what game 1, 2, or 3 is. 3. Oh, no. You know what? This is horrible. I wasn't real good at it when I owned it the first time. Oh. See? However, I want to see how Madison plays this. Oh, man. The dots don't even line up. Well, they're not even dots. Look, I just told it to go right. Oh, see? Yeah. I'm going to blame it on the controller. And anybody who knows me, who wants to come over and actually play the 2600, I'd be glad to see if you're any better at it than I am. If you're new to this channel, please hit the like button, subscribe and click on the bell to be notified every time I go live or update some or upload new content. I hope to make some more videos in regards to computer repair, because that's what I'd really like to do, or actually repairing something like this 2600. I'm hoping the Atari 800 XL works, but if it doesn't, we can actually work on that and do a live stream of repairing that also. Look at that. Static. Nobody sees static anymore. Yeah, it had to be from the 80s to see that. All right, I'm going to go back over and read. Boo. Hey, Chris. And then, wow, I've never seen actual gameplay of an Atari 2600. Catherine, hey, welcome. You know, I was actually going to message you. It's been super crazy. Christian just asked me the other day if everything was all right. I was going to message you and make sure that you were okay, because I haven't seen you in a while. And I'm just as bad. I haven't actually reached out to you. Brian. Hey, Brian. I can't read what you have there, Brian. But we're up to 5 viewers, so that's awesome, guys. So I'm going to play one or two more games. So that was Pac-Man. And I have... trying to keep the area neat. The wife doesn't like it when I make a mess. The big game that I used to play, and it was Haunted House. And I'll tell you what, I played this for, I felt like months. And I believe some of these have prices on them. They were only like 20 some bucks, but I guess that's a lot. In the in most of these came out in like 81. I remember buying a lot of them used. You don't have to blow in any of these games to get them to work. So, this had multiple levels. And if I remember correctly... Oh, wow, the screen's blowing up over here. Catherine, I'm very well. All right, I am glad to hear that. I am too. I don't have Chris here. Look, Catherine, I have a haircut. It's not all the way halfway down my neck. All right, guys. Let's see what happens. So you ran around, and you were in the dark, and there was you lit a match, and that allowed you to see, and you looked for keys, and that was like a piece of a scepter. Down next to the right, I guess it's a scepter. I don't know. You went around. And now I'm on floor 2. And you literally had to look. And you had to stay away from those things. The wicked spider. Oh, there's another piece. See. GTA, Call of Duty, none of those games have anything on this. Because most of us went outside and played. See, there's a ghost. Some weird bat-looking thing. The more I'm playing it, the more I remember it looking this horrible. You know what? It probably actually I shouldn't say it. It actually did look better when we played this game on a TV, because they were all tube TVs. They weren't high def. So I'm actually looking at this on a in a 1080i configuration. So I guess that looks pretty good. Sound leaves a little bit to be desired. So I used 7 matches. I don't remember. Anybody tell me where that last piece is? Now. That's not good. Yeah, see, it's been a long time since I actually played. Oh. Alright. I'm sure everybody's bored with this. Okay. So that was Haunted House. There's that pesky static again. Alright. So I'm going to try one more game. I'm going to try to see if I can't get or locate some more used games. Like I said, Catherine, I'm going to play this tomorrow with my daughter Madison. You've seen her in some of the videos. Maybe if Chris is home, we'll get him. Maybe if any of Chris's friends want to come over and go at it. So I was never into sports. Soccer. Maze Craze. We can try that. Let's set that aside. Street Racer. I think I'm going to try that. That didn't seem to work when I first turned it on. So let's see if this is any better. Oh. I know why it didn't work. I got to be playing with somebody, but hold on. Look at that. And then steering wheels we had. The little spinny. Let's see if this is any better. I don't know if they were labeled. Paddle. I'm going to win this one because I'll be playing it against myself. Down to 3. Did everybody leave? Try this game. And I think there's one more racing game. And then we'll cut everybody loose. Whoa. Okay. All right. Oh. That's no bueno. I don't remember if these like actually being swapped when they're on. It's an analog. This is not working. Alright, I'm at a loss. All right. One more game. Street Racer's not playing well. Alright, who's still on? I also liked the video. Okay. Awesome. All right. Casino? Oh. Casino? Again, I think some of these were my dad's. I wasn't, I don't know what 12-year-olds into casino. We still have, there was combat, trick shot, pool, another Pac-Man, Video Olympics, 27 games, tank pong, biplane. All right, let's see how bad this game is. Just for the record, everyone, I invited Kim down to play, and she's like, I don't want to be on YouTube. And I was like, all right, well, you don't have to be on. And she's like, I'm in my pajamas. Well, nobody would know that if you weren't on camera. Oh, I guess I need to put a controller back in. How's Casino? I don't know. Don't know. You can come over and play it if you'd like. Okay, this is, again, no fun. Because I don't think you could, there we go. Yeah, see, I'm going to win this one. I'm just going to go over and blow that other tank up. It's up for forward, and I keep wanting to push it to the right like you're playing a more standard console, so it takes... I thought you could bounce it off the wall. There we go. There. See, it's no fun. Whatever is fun. Bombing is fun. Yeah, Brian. Oh, wait. Brian. Yeah, see, I can't read it from across. 3. One day, I want to thank everybody that watches the videos and comes on the live chats. I'm sorry I didn't let anybody know that I was doing this today. Yeah, that's neat too. That games where the tank just goes from one side of the board to the other. That's a glitch in other games. GTA, you can hide inside of walls. But I want to thank everybody that has subscribed to the channel. I think as of now, we're at 288. When I actually started posting more recently, where I was trying to do it every day, and life gets in the way, and job gets in the way, but I have gotten up to I started at like 220, 221, so I've gotten 60 subscribers in the last in the last 3 weeks. So I want to thank everybody that has subscribed. And again, if you know anybody that would like this type of content, by all means, please let them know about the channel. If you know anybody that may not like this type of content, let them know. Or when they're not looking, log into their YouTube account and subscribe for them. No, I don't condone messing with anybody's phone unless it's your wife's or your husband, significant other, and you want to try to get them watching some of these awesome content videos. Go for it. All right, there's nothing exciting on this. It's 27 games. They all look the same. All right. And I'm going to do Maze Craze. I know. I said I was going to stop after the next one. But I still get nervous before I do these videos. And so everybody who's leaving messages in the text, after I play this game, I'm going to try to move the camera without yanking on it and it disconnecting. So I can actually see what you guys typed and I can answer it. Actually, let me see if I can see something now. And Catherine, Monkey Island and the Day of the Tentacle. Nice. I don't know either of them, Catherine, but I will Google them. Oh, Maze Craze. I do remember this. Oh, that's right. You can play. All right. Yeah, I know I'm not supposed to run into the wall, but you're not giving me a lot of options. Oh, yeah, guys, I know I'm not real good at this one either. I can't get out there? Does the other guy have to go out there with me? That's where I'm supposed to leave. That's it. All right, that was fun. Static. Almost as fun as tones and color, bars and tones. Anybody who played these games remembers around 2 a.m. when stations used to go off the air and the workers at the station actually went home. When lots of gas stations and stuff changed. We live in much different times now. Everything is, you buy it same day, shipping next day, overnight by 8 a.m. And I'm not complaining. I use that stuff all the time. Definitely a different world. Yesterday was National Landline Day, and anybody that watched that video knows that 1870, I don't remember the date already, but it was the first conversation that Alexander Graham Bell had with Watson right in the next room. And look at us now. We all have phones. I remember my first cell phone was a bag phone, and I think my bill was like $1,300. And after a month, I didn't have a cell phone anymore because it was way too expensive. Now, people have unlimited accounts for $40 or $50, and a little bit more for unlimited internet. Wonder what Alexander Graham Bell would think of all that stuff and the way technology's changed. Teacher telling you, you can't use a calculator in class because you won't be carrying around a calculator when you get older, or have access to one all the time. And unfortunately, she just recently passed, the teacher that used to tell me that. But wow, look at that. I mean, I'm looking at 1, 2, 3 things just in this room that have calculators on them. In my house, there's, 30 some with all the computers. So, just strange times we live in. So, Chris, Aunt, Madison, when you watch this later, tomorrow, I want you guys, one of you, or both of you, maybe I'll have you both play it with each other. I'll put the green screen behind them, and we can have their heads in the corners of the screen at the bottom. Let me zoom into me. Oh no, that's not it. Hold on. I have no idea why. There we go. See? And look at all that gray. Look at all that gray. So I'm just sort of ranting. We've been staying around 3 viewers. The stream is about 29 minutes long. Look, Kim has now added another Eagles blanket. I think she's trying to tell everyone that we like the Eagles. Oh, so for anybody who the Elgato face cam is there. And this is the second Elgato face cam with the Joby, Joby tripod. So these two are identical. And I thought these would be nice for like tomorrow. I can have a camera at each person playing the game, and I believe we can, well, I know we can bring them both up at the same time, and I believe we can do green screen with both of them. So we may actually do that. So that's the newest setup item to the channel, and that will be, let's see, Catherine saying some stuff. I really don't want to move the camera, so just bear with me, excuse me, for 1 second. And I can still read to you. Digital control is even faster. Those are classics. That was a big lie. What was a big lie? The Landline, the Watson. Not sure what you're talking about there, Catherine. Oh, Brian, you said House Casino. My dad always liked Pitfall. Yeah, I used to have that. Barnstorming. I'm here. Okay, so I didn't really miss anything. Catherine, I'm glad you're here, because Chris usually blocks anybody that doesn't belong on the channel, and since you have the wrench, if you saw any, hopefully you got rid of them, but I didn't see anything. Well, again, I wasn't really watching. Chris doesn't look like he's still on. So, like I said, the next thing that I want to do is the VCR. Oh, the calculator, yes. But again, you know, they're old school. I mean, that teacher was in her 80s, I think. Most of my teachers are in their late 70s or 80s. Well, they would be in their, yeah. And nobody realized where we would be today. And heck, the kids actually, some of them are allowed to use their phones at their desk, you know, while they're at school. Much different times than when we went to school. Trying to think what else, if anything. I think I was talking to you guys about the lighting batteries. Lighting battery 4, battery set 2. These are a battery sold by Power Extra. And I have 4 of these, and you need 2 of them in the ring light. And it started off with a small battery, and I think I got half an hour out of that. So with 2 of these, I got a half hour. With these, I get about 2 hours. And each time I use them, they last a little longer because they sat for about a year. And one of them actually took several charges to get them back to normalcy. So I'm not sure what happened to that one. Anybody who views this video and would like to see something else, like I said, we did the video. We still have to find the controllers, and then we can actually do the Mario Party. They're in storage, so hopefully when I'm not so crazy busy, we'll get to storage to pull those controllers out, and we can play that. We have a Nintendo Wii that we can hook up. Who knows? Chris and Ant-Man wanted to start doing some podcasts, and they haven't yet. So hoping to set that up. But we're doing a session for the church on Sunday. So all this will get ripped down, loaded into the car, and we'll use it for that. And each time we change it, we bring it back, we change the configuration slightly. And every event that we do, we learn from it. So that's what we hope to do. So, anybody's wondering? The VCR is a Panasonic PV-8451. I don't know. I don't even think... Kim, we don't have any VCR tapes, do we? No. Okay, we don't even have any VCR tapes to try it. And you know what? I didn't like fixing VCRs. So even if it's broken, I won't fix this. And this one has VCR Plus. I don't remember. I think VCR Plus was where you could actually put codes in from the TV guide. I'll have to look that up. Yep, yeah, until the 70s there was no calculators. Yeah, everybody went in with a big adding machine on their desk. Yeah, no, they weren't. And we all played outside until the lights came on and we had to be in automatically. Reminder, everyone, the clocks get set forward this weekend, so we lose an hour. That's what the wife said. I didn't look it up. So if that is incorrect, blame it on her, not me. Some snow forecasted to hit us tomorrow. They're saying like 2 to 3 inches. It'll be warm enough that it won't stick to the roads. That's what they're saying. Went outside. It's like I said, my hair is messed up because I had the window down. Chris and I both had the window down today when we were in the car. And now when I went out to get an HDMI cable that I left in the car, and I'm losing everything. My DisplayPort HDMI cable that I use for the refurbished machines. Oh, and that's gone. That was installed Tuesday, and everything went well. Went as good as expected. And I opened another one. I have a client that it was a loaner machine, but I set up one of the HP machines that I used for folding at home, and it ran for 3 months when I was folding, when I had 22 computers set up in this family room. And I set it up like a week ago, and it's a quad-core machine. It's about 10 years old. I put an SSD drive in it. It had a share that was shared between 9 workstations, and the share maybe had 50 PDF files in it and 50 Word documents that were single page, so they weren't really hitting it. I got a call or a text that the share went away, and I didn't really have a lot of time to look at it, so I took another refurbished out of the box, put a new SSD in it. Takes me about an hour and a half to set it up. Went to the location, plugged it into the network, changed the network settings, shared the file, the same name, everything, and it came right back up. So not quite sure what's wrong with that. And you know what? It's 10 years old. Even though it's a quad-core machine, it's time to go. Not all these machines are worth saving. The aggravation, it's easier just to pick up one. But I may actually boot it up to see if I can see what actually happened. I was still able to remote into it through RDP. And I only use RDP locally. It's not enabled from outside the location unless you're using VPN. But I was able to RDP in, so the network settings were all working. Just not sure why it went away. Couldn't even see the machine on the network. But you could actually talk to it. So I didn't want to play with it. So there is one more machine that I will be setting up, and I have to order 2 more. So that's a good thing. The 3 machines that I built, those have all been delivered and installed. The network there, they are with Comcast, and their account was so old it didn't even have a package deal. Like, the packages now say 200 down, 10 up. Theirs was so old that it was like 16 meg down. And again, it worked until I tried to download Microsoft Office 2021 Professional Plus. Everything in the office stopped working. So we were able to get them to upgrade. And again, small office. And we changed to a small unmanaged TP-Link switch, 16 ports. I had to do some similar networking stuff. So everything's done. So those machines are all working well, and they're nice and fast. 10 years. Oh, hold on, Catherine. Catherine, you're the only one that's actually typing to me. Thank you. Yes, Chris, I'm still alive. Yes, 10 years it's time. You know what, Catherine? I do have a couple clients that have some machines that are over 10 years old, and those machines aren't really critical in the environment that they're in. But I think in the video, the Dell Studio XPS, I made reference to some of my other clients when they bought those Dell Studio XPSs. They bought them with like 16 gig of RAM, the fastest processor. I think they spent a couple thousand on them. And they still work great. I think the capacity those machines are used for are just and they do have solid state hard drives in them, but the capacity those machines are used for are for clients of the company to actually fill out applications. It's all web based, so I don't have a problem with stuff like that. But when it does what that does, when I just re-imaged it for them a week ago, I don't. It's not worth the aggravation. If a client needs it, a refurbished machine will work. And those machines, 4 or 5 years old, they still have a couple good years on them. They work good, better than some of the machines I still have in my kids' rooms. Shh, don't tell them. So Chris said, Brian says I have a 10-year-old machine that's crappy, but it's doing some light mining. I'm not into mining too much. Several friends that I know are into it, and I guess most of it's done with the video card. So, I mean, it's like folding. Some of these machines, just like that one there, it folded, but unlike my 8-core processor with the, I forget what video card it had in it. It no longer has it. But that would fold some of the same jobs. Then it would fold like 16 to 20 of them a day, where the other one would do 2. So yeah, Brian, it'll do what you need it to do until it dies or until it becomes inconvenient for you. Oh yeah, Catherine, SSD makes a huge difference. I actually was playing with another client, but PCI NVMe storage, and this is an ADATA. I don't know if you can say it, but this is a 512, and we were actually using this card to actually do disk clones, so I didn't have to plug this into a USB adapter and wait forever for it, and it worked good. And that was for a Lenovo ThinkCentre mini PC. I forget what model it is. So yes, I love SSD. I have so many solid state or mechanical drives that come with these refurbished machines, and I get them so cheap now because I buy a lot of them. It's just so much easier just to change them out and put even a. Trying to find one that's not open. I haven't had any problems. I use the when I don't have a when I don't have the ability to use NVMe. I love the ADATA. I used to use Silicon Power, and I probably installed over 100 of them with one failure, and I never even tried to RMA it. I don't even know where I put it, but it failed on an OS install, so it's not a big deal. Oh, Catherine, what did you say? Yes. Well, mini. It's actually listed as a mini. Um, so I'll use those and whatever drive adapters are available. I like to use the ones that actually make it the same size as a 3.5-inch drive. I forget. I have a box somewhere. I just opened one the other day. Like I said, it's a mess. My dad called me the other day after one of my videos, so he'll probably see this and see that I talked about him a lot tonight. He's got some tripods, so I might and a mic stand that I might be able to actually set up one of the nicer mics also. Not that the Elgato Wave 3 isn't nice. It seems to work good. Nobody complains about it anymore. I think that's... So Brian, Catherine, Chris stayed on a little while. I think Kim's still streaming, but she fell asleep. Both the dogs are on the couch. There's Abby. You guys all remember I had videos in the back when she actually had surgery. The fur is almost grown back on her knee, and she doesn't wear the hood around her head anymore. I made her mad the other day and put it on her, and she got all mad at me. I took it off, and she walked away and didn't come back for an hour until she forgot that I did it to her. So if you guys can think of anything else you want to do, I do want to do a video on some of the equipment, like the Stream Deck, which I don't know why it's unplugged. Oh, no, I know why it's unplugged. It hasn't gotten plugged back in since I put in the USB card. And that has been working pretty well. It hasn't... the only time I lose connections, and I want to find... Anybody has a good recommendation? I already know why I have problems with these. These are USB 3.1 Amazon Basic 6-foot extension cables, and I forget what I picked these up for, but I found the bag the other day with 2 of them in it, and it's thick and heavy, and when it's across the room, it's not like, you know, this USB cable that I can't pull up. That's real flexible and it works well. This is really stiff, and you bump it, and it causes the connection to go wonky, and then you lose the camera. And I don't know if there's an easy way to bring it back. Like I said, I'm still learning Streamlabs. But once I figure out how to bring it back, when I lose that camera's gone. So the other reason that I have two, which would be nice, I could actually switch over. The cameras have mics. I have them turned off. keep the Wave 3 on. Lots of stuff to play with. Let me see what Catherine said, and then I'm going to wrap this up. My notebook is now faster with the new Western Digital SSD, PCIe 3, than when I got it with the spinning Rust and the Intel 600 NVMe. Yeah, I have to say this. Those computer builds that I did. Oh, Madison just walked in. You know what? Madison, come on. You want to be on YouTube? All right, come here. So everyone, come on, guys. Come on. Since you were supposed to do this with me today, Maddie, and you didn't, we're still doing it tomorrow. But this is Madison, and this is Joey. So, real quick, since I'm still live, and once the dogs calm down, I want them to try this really hard game. Oh yeah, come on, Maddie. It's either you or Joe who wants to play. Joe can only stay for a few minutes because I'm sure he's got to leave to take and get home. Because he lives out in the middle of East Bumble, you know what. All right. So we actually have an arcade miniature in the corner that maybe I'll do a video on that someday. But Miss Pac-Man. So let me put you guys out to the side. So here you go, Maddie. I'll let you go first.
What do I do?
What do you do? Well, you hold it like this, and you go up, down, left, right.
What does that button do?
It fires when you're playing a game that fires, but we're not playing. Pac-Man doesn't shoot anything. But you got to push it hard because it's a little stiff because it's old. It's almost as old as Daddy. But it's Pac-Man. And remember, both of you, this is what we... Where did Joey go? Oh. This is what we play, and you'll see it on here, but it'll be over there also. This is... You ready? This is what we played when I was... This came out in 81. 1981, Atari. Look at that high resolution. All right, you ready?
Sure.
Great! They make fun of me. You want to go? I mean, you're just gonna... When you played, you really had the when we had really... Like, you guys play with your fingers. We actually had to force that controller. Look at her go. Nice. Now you're dead. There she goes. Joe Velarde! Hey, Joe! I'm glad you made it. Sorry the resolution looks bad. Joe, my daughter Madison, and her boyfriend Joe, the other Joe. So I was just getting ready to jump off, and I wanted Madison to play this game, and she's actually doing better than I was. She has no more power-ups. But she's doing it. I don't know why she just went that way. Where are you going, Maddie? Wow, you're done. All right. Joe, you want to try it real quick? Come on.
Sure, why not?
Oh, I don't know why I turned it. I didn't mean to turn it off. I wanted to restart it. All right. Let's see if Joe does any better. So tomorrow, Maddie, we're gonna have 2 cameras, and you and Chris, or you and whoever's here, are gonna play. Bailey, get out of there. You're gonna mess up the wires. No, up there. Maddie, stop. Let her go. She'll go. Up there. So Catherine said something. Maddie, can you read it for Dick? Joe, you're good at this, bud.
This is.
I don't even play it that much.
Play it that much? I hope you don't play it at all. It's from 1981.
Just Pac-Man in general. I don't know. Not that many times.
But not like this.
No.
Look, the fruit is a square.
It's pretty cool.
Oh boy.
You're actually, Joe, I have to say you're doing better than I am. Than I was, I should say.
Oh man, you jinxed it.
You got one more left. Oh, look at Joe. Maddie, he cleared it.
Yeah, Maddie, I beat you.
Isn't everybody glad that they,
Oh man.
Atari 2600, Joe. Isn't everybody glad that on Friday night they're all logged in the Scott Picek stream watching 16 and 17-year-old play Pac-Man from 1981? Joe, what you do? You left one.
Yeah, I got like 3 of my ones.
No man left behind. Oh.
Look what she did.
All right. Maddie, you can... Joe, good sport. Thank you for playing.
Professional.
All right, let me see what... Yes. Joe, I'm actually going to do a video also on an Atari 800 XL. I might actually get to repair it. I'm not sure. But that'll be nice if I get to. I'm going to try to let everybody know a little bit more in advance. Tomorrow's crazy. I'll be over in Philadelphia by Temple University doing some networking work. Running cables, Joe, but I won't be rolling around on the floor. I'm actually taking my son Chris. Let him do most of the work. I'm glad we at least kept 4 subscribers. I think we peaked out at 6. I appreciate everybody who views the content and jumps on. Like I said, again, trying to get videos produced just to get views and subscribers. And I'm going to, as that gets to where I need it to be, I'm going to start trying to do a little bit better content than I'm doing. I'll start doing some off-site stuff, recording and editing. That's our next goal for Chris and I, is to learn more of Adobe Premiere Plus, since I've had it for 2 years and I don't really know how to use it. Chris has already used it more than I have. So I'm hoping that he learns it and teaches me. Brian... vintage computer repair video. So, Brian, that's a good idea. I was actually thinking, I mean, there's a lot of people out there that have it. But I still have Windows 95 installation floppies, I believe. So that might be something that I can do. Great job. Thank you, Joe. Joe, I hope all is well with you. I haven't talked to you in a while. I should probably reach out to you. That's the other thing I want to try to do, Joe, is just do like a powwow group with everybody that I can get that we used to work with. That's one of my intentions. Even if it's everybody picking on me. If it gets me viewers and subscribers, it's all good. With an Atari 800. Yes. Oh, I get you. Yeah, so it's an 800 XL. It hasn't been used in 30 years. So if it doesn't work, I'm going to suspect caps. I hope nothing has corroded. It'll be interesting to see. It may actually work. And I wish that hindsight's 2020 that I saved all of mine. I used to have 2 modems. See you, Joe. Drive safe. Text Maddie when you're home.
I will.
I had not a daisy wheel. I forget what they call it. The printer, but it was looked like a half a sphere, and it spun around sort of like a daisy wheel impact printer. And I think it all went out in the trash because I was done with it, and I wish I kept it because I did a lot of stuff, and mine wasn't normal. There were stuff soldered onto the board, modifications that I made. Never played with any of my computers the way they were originally designed. Until now, they do so much more than, and they do everything I need. And when I want to mess with something, I use an Arduino or a good memories. Yes. But yeah, I definitely Raspberry Pi, and I believe there's a new version of that coming out. I have Raspberry Pi 3. I have 4 of them clustered. I clustered them, and they don't do anything. They're in a little storage rack. They power up, and I did it just to do it. So if I can find that in storage, I can maybe do a video on that. But maybe I'll do a research on the Raspberry Pi 4. I think that's what it is. That's coming out. I might be, I heard it in another channel or an article. So I'll look on that. Brian, that text is too big for me to read from over here, or too long. Has swap meets computer. Yeah, I actually was thinking as I get a little bit more followers, and actually once I get to some point, I would love to actually that's my next thing to invest in when I can. I want some kind of body cam, a nice one that I can actually get data and then actually go to some of that stuff, Brian. So maybe you can go with me when I go. But that's my intention, is to do stuff like that. Whatever everybody wants, whatever builds the channel up and makes everybody happy. I mean, I'm, like I said to everyone before, I'm into all kinds of stuff: ham radio, electronics. Last week I did rear brakes on my car. I do a little bit of everything. Next I'm going to change. Yeah, look, here we go. Live and uncut. Hold on. I'm going to change the transmission fluid in my '08 Chevy Uplander. And here's a gallon of Dextron 6 full synthetic. And I need it, I hope I only need 7 quarts. But I have a new filter. So I like to do lots of stuff. And I actually do record that stuff. When I was doing the breaks, I wasn't recording them, but I was using the ring light because I was doing them at 7 o'clock at night, so it was dark outside. But it started out warm, so I wanted to get the breaks done while I could. And you'd be surprised how many people slowed down. I think they thought I was doing a video. So part of me is going to start, I guess my intention at some point, and I have a hard time doing this because I like to keep all my equipment perfect. And people that stream and record all the time. Their stuff's all beat up and banged up. So I want to find equipment that records well, that I don't care as much as if it gets destroyed as my, $1,400 camera. But I want to start recording everything that's around me and stuff that I can use. So when this channel gets big enough, like I said before, I'm hoping to veer off maybe in a couple back channels. I'm in the ham radio, so I have about 30 radios that I purchased over the last 6 years, 7 years, digital, different bands. So I would love to do videos of all that, software directed radio, all kinds of stuff. So going forward, I'm hoping to do a lot of that. It doesn't look like it because COVID has actually caused me to gain some weight back, and the stress of trying to build a business after being laid off after 22 years. For the second time, Joe, you know what that's like if you're still on. But I like to do videos on cooking low carb, which has changed my health drastically for the good. And I have lost some weight, and I have gained some back, but not as much. So there's lots of stuff that I actually like to do. We'll go from there. But so I'm going to start recording everything and then coming up with content. And if I post stuff that people don't seem to like, or a lot of people complain that it's not my standard videos, then I'll put them on a sub channel, or not sub channel, but a second channel. And we'll avoid that type of process. But swap meets are good. Computer museums, I would love to do some videos on stuff like that. And again, my background when I do repairs, I go to homes and set up home theater systems. So my technology experience doesn't just sit with computers. Catherine, keep it up. Okay, all right. Catherine, I'm sorry because I'm trying to read. I see it pop up, so I don't know if I'm keeping up with you good, but I'm trying to do. I think you're saying keep it up with me. Trying to do. Oh, keep it up. I'm guessing you're talking about the eating good. Yes, it takes me a little while to catch on. So there's lots of things that I could do. I could maybe once in a while throw in like a keto computer repair cook-off, or repairing something and tell people what I eat. What I'd like to do on this channel is push myself to lose 60 pounds and let viewers follow that as I post new content, and just let people see what eating better does, at least for me. And anybody who knows me, and I'm sure everybody at some point will say it, I have really bad psoriasis, and to the point where for a while I was in an electric scooter because walking hurt so bad with psoriatic arthritis. And I used to take shots that I haven't taken in over 3 years because I was supposed to take another shot at the beginning of COVID, and all those medications that you see online, the side effects are bad infection and death. And I wasn't too worried about it then, but since it lowers your body's immune system, since psoriasis is an autoimmune disease, I've chose to stay away from those shots because I didn't want to get a shot and then a couple months later get COVID, and then with my already worsened health with my heart failure, it didn't actually seem fit. So the not eating bread and the not eating dairy, I do eat cheeses, but not processed cheeses. And if I do drink milk, which is very rare, grass-fed, grass-finished products. Catherine. Portions and do not go well together. What? Hold on. Can't fix the... Well, I have really good vision, Catherine, just not when it comes to reading. Oh. Yeah, you can say that. Anybody who actually is watching the channel, if Joe's still on, he probably remembers from when we were working together. Right here, over my eyebrow, is a piece of psoriasis. When it pops up here, I'm super stressed. And stay the course. Yeah. So this is how you knew that I either wasn't eating well or I was super stressed, and or both. And without the shots, I'm doing relatively good. But anybody knows me, it's here, it's on my arms, it's on my back, it's everywhere. Can't avoid it. Used to bother me as a kid. Doesn't bother me anymore. Keep moving forward. Yes, Joe. That's all we can do. Anybody on the chat? Joe and I used to work together. One of my favorite people to work with at the job that I was at for 22 years. So he retired. Lucky. Red meat and white sugar are your enemies. Actually, Catherine, I do a switch between low carb, keto, and fasting. And I actually eat a lot of red meat, and that the bread seems to be my biggest trigger. The red meat doesn't seem to affect it. Now, when I eat red meat that's not organic and grass-fed and grass-finished, I only have to eat a couple meals to actually feel it. I can feel it in my joints. So, yeah, I when I lost 60 pounds, and when I was originally diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, I switched my eating, and my sugars aren't a problem anymore. They're normal without medicine. And this is the first time I've went 3 years without a shot, and walking is hard. I won't lie. If I kneel too many times on the floor, and get up, by the end of the day, you can tell, but the next morning it's gone. Originally, that wasn't the case. I went to bed in pain, woke up in the middle of the night, and I had tears coming out of my eyes. It hurt so bad just to get out of bed. So actually, I don't use brown sugar or grain sugar. I use stevia or monk fruit. And I use, man, everybody's talking. Joe? None is even better. Yeah. But yeah, we do have, like I said, I don't do a lot of dairy. But we make these, call them Keto Cheesecakes. And I use monk fruit, and I think they're like 1 gram of carb per cupcake cheesecake. And I eat that stuff and I feel great. And Joe can attest, I used to be a very unhealthy person. I'm still unhealthy. I need a lot more, less cheat days. Yes, yeah. Use stevia. Use. You'll also see me drink stevia sweetened sodas. They're clear, so there's no caramel in them. The only thing I don't like about them is they have artificial ingredients at the bottom. So that's the way of listing stuff that aren't good. but it's so minute that it's not. It's still better than drinking water. I drink water all the time. You got to drink something else every once in a while. I don't drink diet stuff. I don't. So there's my vice is those stevia sweet, and I probably only drink a couple of them a week. No potatoes, no French fries, none of that stuff. Like I said, no breads. Local store here, Aldi sells Aldi's and Walmart. Joe, remember the 354 bread so we still get that. They actually, if we can't find a low carb like a keto bread at Aldi, we'll buy them, and they actually have bagels. So I like that bagel and cream cheese and bacon. And again, I can eat that stuff. I don't gain weight, and I can eat as much as I want. Whereas before, if I ate, 4-pack of Reese cups and a sandwich and potato salad, and I used to feel it, and I'd gain weight. So I like the fact that I can eat till I'm full, and I get it. So I don't eat. I eat a lot of green beans, broccoli, and cauliflower are pretty much my friends. We do. Brian, gotta have French fries. You know what, Brian? You've been eating Reese Cup and French fries since you were a kid and I met you. So you'll never change. But you know what, Brian? That's fine. You're like skinny. Your metabolism is different than mine. I can't. I won't say I don't. I shouldn't. And I do. And when I eat them, I think my favorite French fry when I do have one is Chick-fil-A, the waffle fries. But again, I try to stay away from that. Joe, I have these cheese wraps. And I will take my lunch meat and wrap it up in that. And I'll eat a couple of them. I have mayo that I buy from Chosen Foods that is... well, you are now. You weren't when I met you. Well, neither was I when I met you. But I buy this Chosen Foods mayo made with coconut oil. And I actually like the taste of it. I learned to like the avocado mayo, but I really like the coconut mayo. And mayo, if it didn't have soybean oil in it, is good fat. I eat a lot of eggs, and I was always told that was part of my psoriasis, and it's not. Again, mine is the breads. I feel it. If I eat a regular sandwich, or we go out somewhere and I buy a hoagie or sub wherever you're from, I'll tend to feel like crap that night if I get up in the middle of the night. I don't really wake up in the middle of the night. I feel it in this elbow, this finger on my left hand. Doesn't affect my right. It's always been this finger since I was in my 20s. Well, this video really went in a different direction. We went from playing Pac-Man on Atari 2600 to talking about where I wanted to go. Joe popped on, and then we started talking about my diet and my health issues, which is fine. Everybody knows me, knows. But we're down to 2 viewers, so I think it's just Joe and Brian, and Catherine was still there. The last Catherine said was stevia is good too. So Catherine, I think that YouTube is just lying, and there's probably 3 of you still there. But it is now, looking at my phone, almost 11 o'clock at night, and I still have 2 clients to log into and check backups. So Joe, I'll try to let you know in advance by posting a calendar event for the next live stream. Oh, everybody tired of looking at that? Whoa, not that. Let me grab that. There we go. Look. There. That's that little piece of psoriasis right there. Yeah, see, Catherine, it says I have 2 viewers, but there's 3 of you talking or chatting. So, Streamlabs or YouTube, one of them is giving false information. Again, the last few weeks have been crazy, getting caught up on jobs. Next thing I want to work on is the Red Room. There's a video of me showing a short. I think it's a short. Maybe it's not a short. There's a video of me showing the 6 monitors, which actually, the box is over there that supports 6 32-inch monitors. It's right behind, right at the tip of my finger. It's too heavy for me to pull out today. Maybe I'll Chris pull it out. But I'm actually going to set that up in my office. It supports 6 32-inch monitors as opposed to my 27s. And the idea is that I'll be able to turn them in and aim the top ones down without them hitting into each other like they do now. So one of my clients, actually, the same time I set up my machine for 6 monitors, he bought the same computer from me. And we put the 6-port video card in his computer. And he has 3. So I was just talking to him on Thursday. And he wants to do the same configuration. So he's going to come over and wants to see that. And I may actually sell this to him and order a new one since I'm nowhere near ready to change that. I want to actually set up in the Red Room so that I can shut the door, maybe put some padding on the wall, and that way when the dogs are running around and barking, we won't hear that as much. So I'm going to sort of make one half of my office a studio, try to clean the other side up, and because I haven't really worked down there in a long time. If you look at the video, it's a mess. So that's why we're still in the middle of recycling. I haven't did the follow-up recycle video. Just lots of stuff. So, all right. I'm probably boring everyone. Chris has left, came back, left. Madison went upstairs. Kim signed off a while ago. Tomorrow we'll probably do another, like I said, game stream, and I'm going to have the kids play some of the games against each other, and we'll do it in front of the green screen, so maybe we can put their faces up in the screen so you can watch their faces. That would be fun, and we'll see where it goes. Like I said, I did order some connections so that we have a proper impedance connection instead of plugging the 300 ohms directly into a 75 ohm connector. It'll go through a balun. So, and we'll still need the VCR because I don't have anything that can tune in to channel 3 or 4, or in the Atari's case, 2 or 3. And I think for anybody that wanted to know, oh, hold on, it's on the other side. Look at that, channel 3. We haven't had that in a while. And then, see, it's got the hookup, and now once that comes up, I can't turn it off. So we turn it off and on again, and then we just ignore it. So glad I still kept that one VCR, but it was almost out the door. So listen, Joe, thank you for joining. Catherine, I'm so glad that I didn't do anything to upset you and that you are well, and that's you just were busy, I'm hoping. Brian, as usual, I haven't seen you in a couple, but thank you for joining, and it was good talking to everyone, and tomorrow will be a little bit more fun. I think Chris is going to have a couple friends over, so we'll see how much fun the 2600 actually turns into. And Joe, we're going to play, I'm going to try to talk my daughter into doing maybe like the Wii Just Dance or something like that. So we'll see what happens. So, if you're stopping by for the first time and I didn't bore you, click on the subscribe button, like the video, click on the bell icon to be notified anytime I go live or upload new content. And as always, everyone, have a great night.